This is Guido from SETI project, and I'm not in outer space, but I'm talking to you from my studio. And this is because I wanted to take you on a little tour through my studio. And yeah, so let's begin with it. I will give you a first look around. Yeah, now you know how it looks in total. And yes, I'm going to explain all the single elements now. Yeah, so if you're interested, stick with me. These blue thingies here, or modules called are acoustic modules, and they are to influence the sound of the room, because when the music comes from the speakers where I mix down the music, the music is reflected back from the walls, and then it interferes with the acoustic waves from the original room, our original mix, and it creates distortions in the perception of the mix down, and can cause me to make a bad mix down because I overemphasize certain frequencies that are underemphasized because of the distortions, and vice versa. And yeah, that's why I have these modules, because they absorb certain acoustic waves and make this room sound neutrally from an acoustically perspective. Yeah, okay. So what else? What's more interesting maybe for you guys are my guitars. Here, this is my Telecaster guitar. I've got a Telecaster and two Stratocaster guitars. Here is one Stratocaster guitar, and yeah, I used to use that one more playing live with my band before. And yes, here in this case we've got another Stratocaster, a white one. Let me show you. So there we see it. It's a white Stratocaster, as like one Jimi Hendrix used to play, because I'm a huge Hendrix fan, and because of that I also play only Fender Stratocaster. Yeah, now you know. Okay, and this here is my memorabilia shrine. I will explain to you shortly. Now I have to close the case again. So here I've got some old vintage synthesizers I used to make music with in the 90s, plus all my releases in one shrine, or say all my hardware releases in one shrine. So let me show you. Yeah. Here, this was now on top of the shrine, but it's now in my hands. It's a Roland TB-03. It's a clone of the original TB-303 that came out a few years ago. But I also have got the real deal, the Roland TB-303. But it's broken and I can't remember why, but I never repaired it, and I won't, because nowadays you can just achieve the same sound with very, very cheap plugins. And I only work in the PC, as you will see later. Then we've got also TR-606. Yeah, I don't know if it's still working. I have no clue, but I won't use it for the same reason as I don't use the TB-303. Then furthermore, but I'm not going to take it out, it's a Roland TR-909, or I'm going to take it out, but it's so big and so heavy. Maybe like this, and you can see it better as a Roland TR-909. And I don't know if it's still working. I haven't used it for quite a lot of time. And I don't use it for the same reasons as I don't use anymore the Roland TB303 and the Roland TR606 and so forth, because today we've got plugins that do the same job just for a few bucks and they work within the computer. And here we've got all my vinyl releases, but before this, let me show you the virus. I think it's the Virus B that I bought back in the 90s, but it's broken at some point of time. It just only started to make funny noises and no more proper sounds. I don't know why, and it's even also not worth to repair it anymore because you've got plugins that even sound better nowadays. Here we can have a look at my vinyl releases. That's one, the SETI with Friends with Drop Out Redeem. Was released on Organic Records. I don't remember exactly when. And next one is this is released on, I think it's I have to remove all the flyers inside, excuse me. This is released on Polytox. It's called Journey to Platonia EP, and I think it's Ne Naha and how's the other one called? Interstellar. Yeah, exactly. One side A, side B. And I still play those tracks today. And here we've got some flyers of old parties where I used to play. Then here is a promo copy of the Journey to Platonia EP with no label, nothing. I got this also in the 90s. Then this is some house release I did, and here we've got also the SETI and Friends, and then we had this compilation. This was maybe one of the best releases or nicest releases with the nicest cover, Dance, Trance and Magic Plans, also on Organic Records from the 90s. And what else? Here, this is X-Ray from Organic Records. Typhoon and X-Ray was another release on Organic Records. Yeah, and that's about my vinyl releases, not so many of them. And maybe we go briefly over my current releases that are available on hardware. This is the Orbiting of the White compilation on Goa Madness Records. It's released about 1 month ago. And we've got the Extraterrestrial Intelligence album. This you can get as a hard copy or as, I don't know what this is called, like a jewel case and whatever this is called. This is a jewel case edition and you can get it on Bandcamp. And here we've got the Spacewalk album on Suntrip Records. One of my flagship releases, I would say. That's you can also get on Bandcamp. And we've got here the Hallucinations of the Buddha compilation out on Global Sect. I think I have 4 tracks or 3 tracks on them. One is a cooperation with Murion that's called Moonwalk, and yeah, Moonwalk. No, I can't remember the name now of the track. And then Pigs in Space, and yeah, I don't remember all of the tracks right now, but go and check it out. So and then we have got some more compilations behind there from the 90s. That's not so much of importance now, but here is one really like a hard piece of the collection. It's my first recordings on tape, where I was called Bass Invaders, but I digitized them all, and maybe one day we will get them out on classic Goa tracks, but that's really proto-Goa, more techno-like music, but transient with a lot of acid. So put this back in order. Then we can close the shrine. Here we've got a small mixing desk, nothing too much of importance, and this is my how you say commanding desk, yeah, like in a spaceship. So let's go and have a look. Nowadays everything works within computers. That's a good thing. So basically all of what I do here within this small Mac Mini. I have just only a master keyboard attached to it and audio interface that plays back the sound, and we've got here also a DAT player. I bought it to digitize all my DAT recordings from the 90s that are now out on classic Goa tracks. And I have also somewhere a box with all the DATs in. And here is just some old effects units that I used also back in the beginning of the 2000s, like a TC Electronics reverb. So yeah, but because at these days the computers weren't capable of processing a good reverb sound, but nowadays you can do it all within the computer. That's why I work only in the computer. Yeah. So let's have a look. Yes, but maybe really quick, because before the computer starts, this is this would be my guitar effects unit where I record all my guitar tracks with. And yeah, you can see the cable for the guitar is still plugged in, and it's still attached to the audio interface. I would just have to switch it on to start recording. So here is then the computer. I tried to show the entire screen, but it's not so easy. So okay, it's maybe because nowadays also the mouse is switched off. Interesting. So nowadays you can do everything within the computer. You can produce the entire track within the computer. And yeah, this is the last thing I've been working on. It's funny because it's actually an old track from the 90s, and I was trying to make a modern version of it. You can briefly start it. So on and so forth, and everybody who's familiar with the track knows that later we have an onset of the Roland TB303, the plug-in 303, so to say. and so on and so forth. And I can show you now the plugin I use for the Roland CB303. That's where are you? The Acid V. Yeah. You press down a key on the keyboard and then you modulate it, and you will hear the effect. So I can show you now also the other plugins I have. I have about the whole Arturia V collection. I like a lot the plugins from Arturia. And yeah, it's, I think, V Collection 9. They have now V Collection 11 out. I maybe get it on a Black Friday because it's too expensive for me right now. And yeah, I think like they want to charge me too much for too less added value. So I wait until they give a discount, and then I will upgrade. And yes, and what I use mostly is the Arturia pigments, and I have it here. Looks like this. Yeah, I make another video sometime where I will explain it. For right now, I just show it. What I also use a lot is Vital. It's there it is. It's a wavetable synth, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Similar like Serum, but I think a little bit better, has more wavetables and more options. I have Serum 1 too, but I don't use it pretty much. I prefer Vital. I would also normally buy Serum 2, but since I have Vital and I do have pigments, I don't need more Serum. And what else do I have? Like to make kick drums, Rob Parton raw kick, and I have also like the D16 synths, all the drum machine emulations from the 80s, 90s, like the Roland 909, 808, etc., etc. This I used to use before the Acid V from Arturia to emulate the 303. It's Audiorism ABL 3X. It's quite cool, but I think the Arturia one is better. Yeah, so that's about all I have in plugins. Nothing more, guys. And yeah, now I'm going to show you the rest of the studio, and that's it for the computer. And yeah, and besides of this, I've got only like a little archive here of stuff I used to have in the past and wasn't able to sell now. And also here are my old hard drives with all my production on them. And here is some guitar effects unit I used in the old days. A wah-wah pedal, I think this is a noise gate, and a Benji talk box. And this, really important, is my old dud machine I used in the 90s to play live. Yeah, so to say live, yeah. And some old MIDI interfaces and so forth. And yeah. This was a quick overview over my studio. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I see you and many more soon on the dance floors again.